Hey there, YouTube. Hey, it's Georgia Bigfoot here with another trail camera review. We're in South Texas, and we're looking at the 2016 Browning Recon Force. The Recon Force first came out in 2013. Browning has made multiple enhancements and improvements to the camera, and it is one of the best trail cameras you can buy, especially here for South Texas. The new camo scheme, it blends in well to the environment. And what makes this camera, to me, especially amazing for Texas, is it has a threaded insert in the bottom, a 1/4 inch by 20 millimeter threaded insert. And what you can do is you can buy these 1/4 by 20 millimeter threaded stems at places like Lowe's and Home Depot. They cost about 80 cents. They're extremely affordable. And what I do is I'll usually lop off the top part of a mesquite sapling, and I'll paint the top with a brown paint just so it'll help blend in and make it not look like someone's recently cut there. And in the case of this 2016 Browning Recon Force camera with the threaded insert, I can screw it onto the stem and it blends and hides perfectly with this native vegetation. Look at this. Can you believe that? That is fantastic. So you can see what I've done here is I've trimmed this mesquite tree, this mesquite sapling up, and where I've needed to, I've painted it brown so it won't look like someone's come in recently. One of the things about trail cameras is their footprint will stick out when you have it hanging on a tree. But if you have it topped on a tree with the threaded insert, it's not as conspicuous looking. One of the things I love most about these Browning cameras is they have a super fast trigger speed, less than 1 second, and a very fast recovery time, typically under 2 seconds. What's new for 2016 for Browning that makes these cameras so special is it has what's called a continuous IR mode, which means that depending on, or rather no matter what you set the camera at to record at, in this case I have it set for 5 seconds, if something stops in front of the camera, it will continue to record as long as it senses movement. It also has a feature what's called SD card management, which also means that if the camera card is beginning to get full, it will begin to overwrite the oldest file. There's nothing worse than when you let your camera sit out and soak in the field and you come out to check on it and you're like, gosh, I ran out of memory a month ago. Well, in this case, with the SD card management feature, if your card begins to get full and becomes full, it'll start rewriting over the oldest file. Fantastic feature and completely innovative by Browning. So, got it mounted on here. We're in a noisy area because we're right next to a major highway, which is exactly the reason why we're putting this camera here off this road, is because we want to try and find out what kind of people are coming down and using this road. Is it the hunters on our lease? Or is it people who might be poking around, who might happen to have a duplicate key? How they got one of those, we don't know. But just check and see how close the highway is behind us. It's right there, and the gate is up here. And we've got this super secret, silent, fast trigger on my Browning Recon Force for 2016. Check out my other videos, subscribe and like them. And once again, thanks for watching this video and make it a great day.